After reading after viewing the oral history videos, I really enjoyed them because you got to, I think, get a better feel for the people who were being interviewed. You get to put a face to the story. You get to see their body language and their gestures and things like that, which definitely will add to your understanding of what they're saying. So I'm a visual person, so it definitely leads to my learning experience. Also, though, when I was able to view the interviews that the Rutgers students had done, with everything, or with me thinking that everything was being documented, even when the various people would go off on a tangent about a different subject, and then the interviewer would kind of bring them back in. We also get to have a lot more insight into that person's personality and what they were thinking, or what was going on, or even their mannerisms come through with their interviews of, while you're reading the papers, and you're getting to see, exactly what they're saying. The oral history that I would like to do, basically I tried to give it a lot of thought. My father passed away, oh my goodness, 8 years ago. And we don't have family get-togethers the way we used to have. We used to always be, we were able to be around my aunts and my uncles and my cousins and different people like that. So you got a lot more insight as to the kind of child that your parents were. You got to hear stories about them when they were younger, and you got to hear stories about just about anyone else in the family that you asked about, or who were at the gatherings at that time. The more I think about it, since we don't get together as a family or as a large family the way we used to, we're missing out on a lot of the history. My children are now missing out on the histories of my grandparents and of their grandparents, who are my mother and father. I would like to try and interview my uncle, so that I can just have a piece of, I guess you can say, my grandparents again, and my dad and his brothers and sisters, because they came from a very large family. My father's brothers and sisters, that side of the family is getting very, very small. So I guess you can say my historians are starting to dwindle down to, now we only have about 3. So basically what I'm doing is, or what I'm hoping to do, is to get an insight as to what went on, when they were younger, a little bit more information about my grandparents, and the way my uncle felt growing up, and what went on, and some of the funny stories or some of the happenings that, went on in their lives. They grew up in the city, in Philadelphia, so I'm hoping too that maybe he'll open up and let us know, how it felt, or some of the things that went on. We used to get to hear a lot of funny stories about the different things that went on in the city. So I'm hoping that my uncle will be, will open up and will share a lot of that information, and then with me getting it on tape and everything, then I'll be able to save it, and then we'll be able to, view it at another time. So basically what I'm hoping to do is to get an insight, again, into my family history that basically we're missing out on when we're having gatherings and things like that, because a lot of my older generation really don't come to our gatherings anymore. So I'm hoping to get history about my family. That's about it.